Hi, welcome to the channel, The Nurse. Today's topic, bone tissue cues. Let's rewind your knowledge on bone structure, tissue maturation, and vital minerals and hormones that keep our bones strong and growing. Get ready to test, learn, and strengthen your concepts right here on The Nurse. We will move to the topic. First question. Which of the cells are responsible for bone resorption? Osteoblasts, osteoclasts, osteocytes, chondrocytes. Correct answer is osteoclasts. Osteoclasts are large multinucleated cells that break down bone tissue by secreting enzymes and acids, helping in bone remodeling and calcium regulations. So after the bone remodeling, there will be release of calcium minerals. So in blood calcium level will be more. Second question, the main inorganic component of matrix. Collagen fibers, elastin, hydroxyapatite, keratin. The correct answer is hydroxyapatite. The bone matrix or the bone component is composed primarily of calcium phosphate in the form of hydroxyapatite crystals, which give the bone its hardness and strength. The main component of bone, that is calcium and phosphate, that is in the form of hydroxyapatite. So that is the thing that gives bones its hardness and strength. Third question, osteoblasts are responsible for breaking down bone matrix, maintaining bone matrix, forming new bone matrix, absorbing calcium from the bone. The correct answer, forming a new bone matrix. Osteoblasts are responsible for forming new bone matrix. Osteoblasts synthesize collagen and secrete osteoids. That is an important term, osteoid, which later mineralize to form new bone tissue. Mineralize means with the help of calcium and phosphate, it will be get hardened. That is known as mineralizers. Fourth question, the basic structural and functional unit of compact bone is called. Bone are mainly divided into compact and cancellous. So outer part is known as compact bone and inner soft part is known as cancellous bone. Options, trabecula, osteon, lacuna, canaliculus. The basic structural and functional unit of compact bone is osteon, or it has some another name, that is Harvesian system. Osteon or Harvesian system. Compact bone is organized into cylindrical structures called osteons or Harvesian systems, which contain concentric lamellae around a central canal. Next question, what type of bone is primarily found at the ends of long bones and inside flat bones? Compact bone, cancellous bone, cortical bone, dense bone. Correct answer is cancellous bone. Long bones are divided into two parts. So it has two ends. So these two ends is known as epiphyses. And the middle part, it is known as metaphyses. So this end part or epiphysis contains cancellous bone. And this middle hard portion, that is known as compact bone. So usually the bone growth happens from the tip of the bone. Cancellous or spongy bone has a porous structure containing trabeculae which helps reduce bone weight and provides space for bone marrow. Trabeculae means it's like a honeycomb structure. So it is a loosely arranged structure. It will helps to reduce bone weight and provides more space for bone marrow. Then the bone growth will happens there. Sixth question. The canal that runs through the center of each osteon and contains blood vessels and nerves is called. So it looks like one osteon looks like this structure, cylindrical structure, and the middle of this cylindrical structure there will be a canal. Then through the canal the blood vessels, nerves are running. So options: Volkmann canal, Harvesian canal, Canaliculus, lacunae. The correct answer is Harvesian canal. Osteon is also known as Harvesian system. The central portion that has a canal-like structure, it is known as Harvesian canal. Through this canal, blood vessels and neurons are running. Harvesian canal or central canal runs longitudinally through the osteon, allowing passage of blood vessels and nerves that nourishes bone cells. Seventh question. The small spaces in bone tissue where osteocytes resides are called lacunae, lamellae, canaliculi, trabeculae. So there are some terms are like looks like resembling terms. So here correct answer is lacunae. A small space known as lacunae, there bone tissue like osteocytes resides. Osteocytes are housed in small cavities called lacunae, which are interconnected by tiny canals, that is known as canaliculae, for nutrient and waste exchange. Eighth question. Which type of bone cell acts as a mature bone cell that maintains the bone matrix? Osteoclast, osteoblast, osteocyte, chondrocyte. Correct answer, osteocyte. This initially osteoblast, it will start for bone growth process. Then later it will become osteocyte that maintains bone matrix. Osteocytes are mature osteoblasts trapped within the bone matrix. They maintain mineral concentration and communicate with other cells. Which of the following statement about bone remodeling is true? It occurs only during childhood. It involves only osteoblast activity. It helps maintain calcium balance in the body. It weakens the bone structure. The correct answer, it helps maintain calcium balance in the body. So that I will explain here. Bone remodeling is a lifelong process involving both osteoblasts and osteoclasts to renew bone tissue and regulate blood calcium levels. So it is a lifelong process. The membrane covering the outer surface of the bone is known as endosteum, periosteum, epimysium, perichondrium. The correct answer, periosteum. So here I will explain with an picture. So this you can see this is an example of anatomy of our skull bone. So outermost layer, that is skin or scalp, that we can see. Below that skin there will be a layer that is known as periosteum, that is above the skull bone. Then the skull will come, the thickest part. Then below the skull there will be three layers: dura mater, arachnoid mater, and pia mater. The periosteum is a dense connective tissue layer covering the bone's outer surface, containing osteogenic cells, nerves, and blood vessels essential for growth and repair. So outer surface, the bone, it is get receiving oxygen and nutrients through the periosteum, the blood vessels in the periosteum. 11th question, which mineral is essential for the formation of hydroxyapatite crystals in bone? We already discussed in first question, so you can answer here easily. Sodium, calcium, iron, iodine. The correct answer is calcium. Hydroxyapatite is crystals made by calcium phosphatase. Calcium combines with the phosphate to form hydroxyapatite crystals, the main inorganic matrix of bone, giving it hardness and strength. Which hormone primarily increases body calcium levels by stimulating bone resorption? Calcitonin, parathyroid hormone or PTH, growth hormone, estrogen. The correct answer is parathyroid hormone. It increases the blood level by stimulating the osteoclast activity. So same time calcitonin has its opposite action, so that we will discuss in another question. Parathyroid hormone stimulates osteoclast activity, causing calcium to be released from bones into the bloodstream, thereby increasing serum calcium level. If there is a low calcium, then brain will stimulate the parathyroid hormone production, that will increases osteoclast activity. Then from the bone it releases calcium, that increases the serum calcium level. Which vitamin is required for efficient absorption of calcium from the intestine? Vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K. The correct answer, vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential for the absorption of calcium from the intestine. Vitamin D promotes intestinal calcium absorption and bone mineralization. Deficiency of vitamin D or calcium leads to rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults. Osteomalacia means the thin bones that may be easily fractured. Which hormone inhibits bone resorption by suppressing osteoclast activity? Parathyroid hormone, calcitonin, cortisol, thyroxine. Correct answer is calcitonin. So its action is just opposite to parathyroid hormone. Calcitonin secreted by the thyroid parafollicular cells lowers blood calcium by inhibiting osteoclast activity, that is reducing bone destruction. Parathyroid hormone increasing the osteoclast activity, but calcitonin inhibit osteoclast activity. Which hormone is secreted by the anterior pituitary and promotes overall bone growth during childhood? Growth hormone, thyroxine, insulin, cortisol. The correct answer, growth hormone or GH. Growth hormone stimulates chondrocytes proliferation in epiphyseal plates, promoting bone lengthening and overall growth during development. This is happening in childhood. Which mineral is important for activating alkaline phosphatase, an enzyme essential for bone mineralization? Zinc, iron, copper, sodium. The correct answer is zinc. Zinc and magnesium, that is important for activating the enzyme alkaline phosphatase, that is essential for bone mineralization. Bone mineralization means that is hardening of the bone, that is that will uses calcium and phosphorus. So it is helped by the mineral zinc and magnesium. It is known as cofactor of alkaline phosphatase. Zinc is a cofactor. Zinc and magnesium is a cofactor for alkaline phosphatase, which helps in the deposition of calcium and phosphate in bone tissue. That is known as mineralization. Excess of which hormone can lead to osteoporosis due to enhanced bone resorption? Estrogen, cortisol, calcitonin, insulin. The correct answer is cortisol. Excess cortisol, that is seen in Cushing syndrome, promotes bone breakdown by inhibiting osteoblasts and enhancing calcium excretion. So that will lead to osteoporosis. Which group hormone helps close the epiphyseal growth plates at puberty? Important keyword is closing the epiphyseal growth plates. Adrenal hormones, sex hormones, that is estrogen and testosterone, thyroid hormones, pituitary hormones. That is why initially I told during the childhood growth hormone helps the growth and development, mainly the growth of the bones. So during the puberty or adulthood, so sex hormone will start works. So that will closes the epiphyseal growth because the growth will be completed at that time during the puberty or adulthood phase. So that is helped by sex hormones like estrogen and testosterone. Sex hormones accelerate bone growth initially, but later causes epiphyseal plate closure. So after the epiphyseal closure, then the bone elongation will be stopped. So during the puberty and adulthood, the bone elongation will be stopped. That is the work of sex hormones. So that is about today's video. We have discussed 18 important questions related to bone growth and maturation and hormones, minerals helped for bone growth. If you have any doubt, you can ask in comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and share with your friends and don't forget to subscribe our channel, The Nurse. Thank you.